This is Billionaire Mondays. Every Monday, we present you with another billionaire. Today, we're looking at 15 things you didn't know about Aliko Dangote. Welcome to alux.com, the place where future billionaires come to get inspired. Hello, Aluxers, and welcome to another exciting original video presented by alux.com. Today, we're revealing some interesting, lesser-known facts about Nigerian billionaire and business magnate Aliko Dangote. Aliko Dangote was born April 10, 1957 in Kano, Nigeria. He was born into a wealthy family and developed a keen business sense young in life. His first business was selling candy to his friends and classmates as a child. When he was only 21, he started the Dangote Group as a small trading firm that specialized in concrete. He has since expanded into numerous sectors, including banking, agriculture, petroleum, sugar, salt, pasta, telecommunications, and more. His businesses all dominate in their respective industries in Nigeria and have helped to make Aliko the richest person in Africa. He continues to expand his business dealings and has nearly single-handedly carved a place for Nigeria in the global marketplace. If you're new here, welcome. Be sure to subscribe and follow us on Instagram at Alux. We want to learn some more about Dangote because we are inspired by his success, ambition, lifestyle, and business sense. So, it's time now to take a look at this influential billionaire with the 15 things you didn't know about Aliko Dangote. Number 1. His great-grandfather was the richest man in West Africa at the time of his death. Aliko's great-grandfather, Alhaji Dangote, made an absolute fortune through his exporting business that sold peanuts and cola to companies in Europe, and he was also a distributor of European products. Furthermore, he had investments in countries that worked along the Gold Coast. At one point during his life, he was captured and held for ransom with the threat that he would be sold into slavery. His family paid his ransom and went right back into business. By the time of his death in 1955, he had become the richest man in West Africa. Number 2. He is the 100th richest man in the world. Dangote peaked in 2014 when he was named as the 23rd richest person in the world, with a net wealth of over $25 billion. But in 2018, he claimed the 100th spot on Forbes' list of the world's billionaires. He was ranked right behind Victor Vekselberg, who makes his money in the aluminum industry, and right ahead of Harold Hamm, who is the head of one of America's largest independent oil companies. Number 3. He's the richest person of African descent. In 2013, Aliko became the richest person of African descent when his wealth surpassed Saudi-Ethiopian billionaire Mohammed Hussein Al-Amoudi by $2.6 billion. There were only 10 black billionaires on Forbes' 2017 list of the 2,043 billionaires of the world. Aliko remains the richest, and Mohammed Hussein Al-Amoudi is still in second place with $8.4 billion, followed by oil magnate Mike Adenuga. Oprah Winfrey comes in fifth place with $3 billion. Number 4. His uncle gave him a $5,000 loan to start a business. Aliko graduated from Al-Azhar University in Cairo and decided to move back to Nigeria to start his career. One of his wealthy uncles gave him $5,000 as a loan so he could start his own business, and that same uncle secured a contract for him with the government to manufacture cement. He used the funds to launch the Dangote Group in 1977. He started with cement and then expanded into textiles, banking, sugar, salt, and flour, and by 2013, he was bringing in annual revenues of over $1 billion. Number 5. His net worth is $14.1 billion. Aliko's wealth has fluctuated quite a bit over the years. His wealth increased to $24.2 billion in 2013 alone, to give him peak wealth of $25 billion. In 2015, his net worth was $18.7 billion, and in 2016, he was worth $14.4 billion. His net wealth again fell in 2017 to $12.2 billion, but jumped back up to his current net worth of $14.1 billion since then. Dangote has plans to continually expand his business over the next several years, and his future net worth should reflect that. Number 6. He lost over $7.8 billion in 2014. Having a record year of profits in 2013. As mentioned, Aliko's wealth took a big dip in 2014 due to a few different factors. In November 2014, Nigeria's currency, the naira, was devalued nearly 10% due to dropping oil prices and dwindling dollar reserves in the country. The move took over $40 billion in value off of Nigeria's economy in general, and it's mostly to blame for the $7.8 billion drop in the value of Aliko's wealth. He also lost quite a bit due to the falling stock market prices. In February of 2014, he had a net worth of $25 billion. By December of the same year, that amount had dropped to $17.2 billion. He lost $4.4 billion in November alone. Number 7. He was accused of forcing residents off of land he wanted to buy. In 2014, Aliko made a deal with the Lagos state governor, Babatunde Fashola, to purchase a large area of land for a petrochemical plant. There were many people living in villages in the area, and it was reported that the governor, along with Dangote, hired officers from the Special Anti-Robbery Squad to clear them off the land. They did so through threats and intimidation, ultimately arresting a large number of men and women who refused to leave their properties. They also used tear gas and shot their guns in the air. The people were forced to move off the land without any form of compensation or relocation help. The officers told the residents they were on a mission to clear the land of Aliko Dangote. Number 8. He allegedly receives preferential treatment from the government in return for some large donations. There is some controversy surrounding Dangote's business practices, with many believing that he receives preferential treatment by the government, which may be traced to his involvement in politics and some large donations. In 2003, he donated over $1 million to the controversial president at the time, Olusegun Obasanjo, to support his re-election campaign, and he also donated about $1.5 million more to the National Mosque and the Presidential Library. He's been known to give large donations to every Nigerian president, and in turn, he is allegedly awarded with import bans on certain goods his company produces, exclusive import rights to other products, and additional preferential treatment. Number 9. He donated $1.2 billion to his charitable foundation. In 1994, Aliko created the Dangote Foundation, and since then, the foundation has donated over $100 million to charitable causes, with the primary goal being to lower the number of Africans who die from disease and malnourishment. In 2014, to celebrate the 20th year of his foundation, Aliko set up an endowment with $1.2 billion of his own money. His most recent charitable endeavor is building 200 housing units for displaced people in 2018. He said that he would rather be known as Africa's greatest philanthropist than Africa's richest man. Number 10. He owns a $45 million private jet. In the year 2000, Dangote bought himself a very expensive birthday present, a $45 million private jet. The Bombardier Global Express XRS can seat 8 passengers comfortably and has enough fuel capacity to fly from Nigeria to China. It was delivered from Montreal to Lagos, Nigeria, and was the first jet of its kind owned by a Nigerian citizen. We talk much more about these aircraft in our video, The 10 Most Expensive Private Jets in the World. Click in the upper right-hand corner to check it out. Number 11. The Dangote Group had more than $4.1 billion in revenues in 2017. Aliko announced the Dangote Group's 2017 revenues as being more than $4.1 billion, and he also pledged to invest over $4.6 billion by 2020 in sugar, dairy, and rice production. He hopes to reduce the country's reliance on imported goods, which will in turn increase his profits tremendously. He says that their upcoming projects will open up about 100,000 more jobs across Nigeria. Number 12. He's building a $12 billion petroleum refinery. The latest projects of the Dangote Group include an ambitious petroleum refinery that is planned for the Nigerian city of Lagos. The planned expense of the project is $12 billion. The facility will be the largest single-train petroleum refinery in the world. Dangote's ultimate goal is to eliminate Nigeria's need to import refined petroleum products. In January 2017, Aliko also announced that he was partnering with a Chinese firm called Sinotruck to build a $100 million truck manufacturing facility, also in Lagos. Number 13. He did not take a single vacation for his first 20 years of business. One of the benefits of having a massive fortune is being able to travel when and where you want, but Dangote was not interested in taking the opportunity for his first 20 years in business. He was more focused on building and expanding his conglomerate. He is still as busy as ever, but he has a well-maintained business infrastructure that allows him to go on vacation much more often now. In fact, he says for every 2 weeks he works, he likes to take a week off. His favorite vacation spots are in America. Particularly, he likes Miami and Atlanta. He used to own 2 homes in Atlanta but sold them because they were too much of a hassle. And now when he visits, he stays at the luxurious St. Regis Hotel. Number 14. He was part of the Panama Papers leak. The Panama Papers leak was revealed in 2016, and it included the disclosure of 11.5 million confidential documents of the clients of the Mossack Fonseca firm in Panama. Dangote was one of the many people whose documents were leaked. This invited scrutiny of his business dealings as he was linked to at least 4 offshore companies and up to 13 through his business associates and family members. He was accused of using these companies as tax havens, but he has denied any wrongdoing. Number 15. He is Nigeria's first billionaire. Dangote has ambitions to make Nigeria one of the world's economic superpowers, and he has single-handedly played a huge role in the impact that Nigeria is currently having on the international business stage. Dangote claims many titles thanks to his massive wealth, several of which we highlighted earlier, and another one we can add to the list is Nigeria's first billionaire. As of 2017, he is one of only 2 billionaires in the country, with the other one being Mike Adenuga, who made his fortune through his involvement in the petroleum industry. And there you have it, Aluxers, some interesting lesser-known facts about Aliko Dangote. Now that you've learned some more about Dangote, we'd like to know, do you think it's right that he essentially has a monopoly on several industries in Nigeria, or is that just good business? Let us know what you think in the comments. Still here? Here's a bonus fact just for you. Number 16. He owns over 25 luxury cars. Aliko has always had a love of fast cars, and he admits to go 180 miles per hour on the highway between Lagos and Kano. But he gave that up after his children were born. He still has an impressive collection, though, of over 25 luxury vehicles, including a $2 million Bugatti Veyron, a $1 million Maybach 57S Night, a $310,000 Bentley Mulsanne, and a $220,000 Mercedes-Benz CL65 AMG. Thank you for spending some time with us, Aluxer. Make sure to subscribe so you never miss a video. If you want more, we handpicked these videos you might enjoy, or head over to alox.com for the best in fine living content on the planet. Be a part of the largest community of luxury enthusiasts in the world and tell your story.